what I found out, like what I discovered, like solely for me, is that the greatest experience of life is actually to experience the greatest of life. And defining the greatest of life is not by basically the things you can acquire, but it's about the things you become. So life isn't meant to be solved. And that's a great relief of anxiety and pressures, feeling like there's something wrong with you, or you need to be solved or fixed, or you need to even do self-care. So all these things are like great superstitions and illusions to always make you feel like you're living through an imperfect reality. And what I mean by reality is just not the environment, but the reality of yourself, your own self-perception. So in my discovery, which happened beyond the concept of time, I should say, many phases ago, moments ago, I discovered that I am super perfect and I am absolutely beautiful. And there's nothing that I need to solve. But my thing was challenging myself, always creating, always exploring. And that right there, it tweaked me. It did tighten up certain things within me, but then at the same time, it also let go a lot of things in me that I probably needed to hold on to. So during this exploration, I discovered that I didn't have to do anything. And that was very monumental to discover that I didn't have to do anything. Like everything I either wanted to do or pursued to do was already done. So it's like this divine, when I use the word divine, I think of it as something like a sparkly moment, like a moment where it's nothing but beautiful sparkles. That's what I think of when I use that word divine. So these beautiful sparkles, this divine moment is when I actually discovered like my supremeness, that I am in which I am. I am ultimate, I am the supreme being. I am a crystal, a magnetic. And with that, it broke all these illusions and conditions, not within me, but just within the reality I was also experiencing. Like it was so powerful that it broke others' illusions just through me. So whether they wanted to accept it or not, I subconsciously, in secret, gave them permission to be liberated just by my own self-liberation. So my message is that you have to basically, I always say it, stop bothering yourself, because there isn't anything wrong with you. You're not trapped inside yourself or trapped inside of a body or trapped inside of a soul waiting to get out. You already are the out, just trapped in the illusion of feeling trapped in. And you only feel trapped in is because you don't make accurate decisions as far as your life and what you truly want out of it. And the reason why I say accurate is because, why I use that word, is because you might make a choice and then you'll actually may or may not get what you want and realize that you need something else to add to that. So it's never really accurate on what you fully want, because your desires aren't even your desires. What you desire is actually what others desire, because you feel like what others want may make you happy or make you content. But that's truly the greatest illusion. So then you feel like without those things, or without you being at peace, right? Quote unquote peace, that there's something wrong. And there's nothing wrong with not being at peace. Actually, you obtain peace when you realize that there's nothing wrong with not being at peace. When you're fine with the chaos, when you are fine with everything just being upside down, that's the real peace. The real peace is not in trying to solve it or trying to practice some type of suppression, like some type of self-care or self-medication, or any of those things, or any form of meditation that would basically suppress that true power that's trying to come out of you. That should be the real meditative sport. You being able to be in sync with that power. Like being able to let it out, let all that rage, let the thought out. But then you might say to yourself that maybe you might become violent, or you might do something that you will regret. But if that's the case, that means that isn't intelligent rage. So if you feel like if you let everything out, you'll go crazy or do things you won't regret, then you need to question why you even feeling like that in the first place. So your rage should be intelligent. Your rage should be, I'm going to let all this out, and I'm going to think all these things and experience them, and I'm going to guide them into a direction that's going to lead me into like maximum wealth or maximum prosperity. And I don't mean in the form of anything. I mean maximum wealth, meaning that you feel the most wealthiest feelings, the most prosperous feelings. You only feel feelings of overcoming. You only feel feelings of being super complete, over full. And with that, it will bring you into like a greatest stage. And then you'll actually start realizing that there isn't anything wrong with you. And that's the message I'm really trying to convey right now, is that there isn't anything wrong with you. So the more time you waste on trying to accept yourself and accept yourself being accepted by others, that right there is an issue within itself. Not you want to be accepted by others, but the fact that you even have to accept yourself. It should tell you that it's an issue within that. And all this stuff is just all thoughts, and it just goes back to the point of me telling you that basically you don't need to solve anything. So that's all this goes into. But you don't need to accept yourself, because you already accepted just by being yourself. That you are already fully accepted. Now, if you want love and you seeking that connection with others, then you got to start by being open to that. Being able to accept somebody that go against your ego, accepting someone that go against any type of belief system you have, accepting someone that may not be your ideal, if that's truly what you want. But if you want something greater, then you have to step up to your own standard, to your own plate, and basically become super great, become what your own idea first, And then you could create that and within somebody else, meaning that if you become your highest idea of what you believe yourself to be without no limitations or fear, then your perception and the reality you would create is others that will look and match just like you. So if you don't have that in your life at this moment, but you seeking that, and all you could see is basically um, what others don't fit into, that proves a lot of things. It proves that you are in a constant, repetitive state of illusion. And then secondly, you only see what's in you. So if you see all these things in others, that's a clear indication that that's what's in you. Because beauty is in the hands of the beholder, not just in the eye. So put the beauty in your hands and shape yourself so beautifully and so amazing, so gorgeously that you have no choice but to see that in someone else. And then in that essence, you'll reach the full state of prosperity. And then you'll realize this whole entire time that you was absolutely perfect. I'm done.